Hey, what's going on, guys? Jade here. I'm bringing another video for y'all, and today is going to be focused on primarily zoning in the game. Now, I know a lot of beginner players, they complain about zoning consistently. They're just like, dude, why are people spamming projectiles? Like, what is the counterplay to this shit? Like, how do I deal with it? Like, I'm sick of Jade throwing all these glaives everywhere. Like, I'm sick of dealing with this all damn day. I'm sick of just dealing with her pressure. So I'm gonna show you today how you can deal with certain projectiles, how you can evade projectiles completely to where they have little to no effect in the matchup. And I'm gonna show you how to just be patient, get in, and then be able to enforce your game plan without being frustrated. So first thing we want to do is we're gonna look at Jade. And I'm gonna start by being Katana. I'm gonna go full screen because this is where you want to be against Jade. Now, what I'm about to show you is no way downplaying Jade at all. I still think she's a solid player, a solid character. But this is going to eliminate a lot of what Jade players like to do on offense. So if you're staying at about this range, there's literally nothing Jade can do. And I'm gonna show you, even if she is in one of her most zone heavy, like I would call this probably the most zone heavy variation that she has, which is Emerald Defender. It's not much of a difference, but even as in this variation. So I'm gonna record all of her different zoning techniques. All right, and I believe that's it. I think that's all she really uses in neutral to zone. So if you're full screen and she's doing all of that, really the easiest way for you to deal with this is to be full screen, because everything she does is not gonna hit. Like, if she does this, it's not gonna hit you. You can short hop that and you can jump over this. So like essentially everything that she has to do full screen is not like a factor once you realize this, right? So we're gonna slow this down for you guys, and I'm gonna show you exactly why this is the situation. Go back to the other variation that I had. So in neutral, there's different ways you can deal with different projectiles. We're gonna look at Katana's. So Katana's fan is a high attack. As you can see, when I hit her, it says high, right? So most projectiles, the standard projectiles in this game that travel across the screen, are high attacks. Most of them are reactable. Probably the fastest one will be Johnny Cage. He has a pretty fast force ball when it goes across the screen. But anybody's high attack projectile you can avoid. Oh, and Scorpion Spear, I would consider that a projectile as well. That one travels extremely fast. But so what you want to do is whenever you're playing on offense or when you're playing on defense, I'm sorry, hold on, let me record this. When you're playing on defense, when you see a high attack go across the screen, you want to duck that high attack. And I know this seems very basic, and again, I'm going over this in a very basic sense because there's a lot of players, rather than ducking this, they will block this like this. And you see what the issue is. Whenever you block an attack, you're taking chip damage. And if you continue to take this chip damage, it's just gonna it's gonna go towards your health at an extremely fast rate. Because right now, like Katana, she's throwing those fans kind of slow. But if we look at Katana and we say, we're just gonna hold all, we're gonna do all, and we're gonna duck. We're gonna duck this. Hold on. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna record Katana. And I'm gonna throw him as fast as she can possibly throw him, right? Because her fans come out pretty fast. Like, her recovery is pretty good. So if I'm holding all this, like, look at this chip damage that I'm taking right now. If I let go of block, See what I'm saying? I'm not taking any chip damage at all, and I'm getting in, and I'm able to deal with this. Now, of course, Katana has a meter burn version of this attack, right? So you want to duck the first one, and you want to block the second one. If you can, you want to flawless block the second one because you get reduced chip. I know sometimes you're not going to be able to time it properly, but that's the most effective way to deal with this if they throw a mid projectile. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to jump over the second one, so I would say that'd probably be the best way to deal with it, is to block. Second thing, I'm gonna switch back to her, and I'm gonna go back to Emerald Defender variation. So that's how you deal with a high projectile, is you just duck it, you don't take any chip damage at all, try to work your way in as best as possible, and if they meter burn and they have a mid follow-up, then you just want to flawless block the second hit. So the second thing is if somebody has a low projectile, such as this one, there are low projectiles in this game in which you can short hop and make it completely useless, right? So we're gonna go back to Katana, gonna record her doing the short right here, and I just short hop. Again, you don't want to block it because, like I said, chip damage. So you just short hop that to get around it, and then you eventually work your way in, and then you can, you know, play your game plan. So like that's what you want to do, is get used to doing stuff like this in neutral. That way, like, you're eliminating the damage that you take while you're dealing with these projectiles. The purpose of a projectile is to basically bother somebody in neutral, right? It's to kind of keep them at bay, to be able to catch them off guard, and the ultimate goal is to frustrate somebody. Because if you can frustrate someone in neutral to where they don't even want to play the game anymore, then that's the ultimate goal. That's what you want to do as a player. So a lot of people will just throw these projectiles and they'll see just how frustrated you'll get. If they notice that you know how to deal with stuff like this, then they have no choice but to come in and try and play the spacing game. But until then they're just gonna continue to frustrate you with it. So my suggestion to anybody who's dealing with projectiles on that type of level, to lab it, just learn how to get through it. Now, another projectile, which is one that's a little bit more difficult to deal with, is a tracking projectile, such as this one. So I'm gonna show you the best way to deal with that as well is to, yeah, I'm gonna record her doing the seeking side. Is you wanna, like, since it tracks you, you want to like time the hit to where you'll be able to flawless block it, right? Or you can do something to forward advance yourself. If you know that they're gonna, like, if you know they're gonna do something like that, it has very low startup, so like you can kind of dash forward as well, or you can dash back. But that's the best way to deal with stuff like this. And as Jade, you can just do this. Now, it's funny that I have Jade on the screen right now talking about projectiles. If you are a Jade player, you can literally just do this, and then no projectile will ever hit you while you're in glow. So that's probably the easiest thing to do as a Jade player. But like I'm saying, like anybody else in the game, you might want to consider these type of tactics to get through some of this zoning. But this was a very quick video. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Like I said, I'll be doing these videos very frequently. Probably try to upload one a day. But thank you guys for watching. If you've taken anything from this video, please leave a like. Leave any comments if you have any suggestions or you have any questions. And I'll catch you on the next video.